The drama in Salem is heating up, and this week, secrets, suspicions, and unexpected chemistry are putting everything on the line. From J.J. Devereaux's investigation to Chanel's growing fears, let's dive into what's coming on Days of Our Lives for Monday, April 7th. It all starts with a single gunshot, and a mountain of unanswered questions. E.J. was gunned down in the heart of his own home, the DiMera mansion, and now, J.J. is stepping into the chaos to uncover the truth. He's not wearing a badge, but make no mistake, J.J.'s out for answers. He's combing through Salem's web of lies, twisted loyalties, and fractured families, and he's not stopping until he knows exactly who tried to kill E.J. His first lead takes him somewhere all too familiar, the Hernandez house. But when J.J. arrives, something feels off. The place is quiet, too quiet, no lights on, no sign of activity, and for the night of a high-profile shooting? That silence speaks volumes. J.J. isn't one to overlook coincidence. In Salem, there's no such thing. So when he knocks on Gabby's door, he's not there for pleasantries. He's there with suspicion already in his eyes. He's watching her tone, her timing, her every breath. Because one thing's clear, J.J. didn't come to ask. He came to investigate. And Gabby Hernandez? She may already be on his list. J.J.'s no rookie, and he hasn't forgotten who Gabby is, or what she's capable of. Let's not sugarcoat it. Gabby has a history of violence, particularly when it comes to the DiMeras. Not long ago, she nearly pulled the trigger on E.J. in broad daylight. That moment alone would be enough to raise eyebrows, but for J.J., it sets off alarms. She's unpredictable, passionate, fiercely loyal, and fiercely vengeful. Which means she has all the makings of a suspect. J.J. doesn't need a confession to make a case, not when he can read body language like a book. And when Gabby opens that door, he sees it all, the hesitation, the over-explaining, the subtle panic behind her eyes, the way she avoids mentioning where she was that night, the way she asks one too many questions about how the investigation is going. It's all there. J.J. knows the signs. And while Gabby may swear she didn't pull the trigger, J.J.'s wondering something far more chilling. If it wasn't Gabby, does she know who it was? Because sometimes guilt isn't about what you did, it's about what you're protecting. And J.J. Devereaux? He's getting closer to the truth with every question. Across town, another storm is quietly brewing, and for Chanel Dupree, it's becoming harder and harder to silence the thunder in her mind. Ever since the night E.J. DiMera was shot, something hasn't sat right. Not with the timeline, not with the tension, and especially not with Johnny. At first, she tried to push the thought away. She reminded herself that Johnny is passionate, yes, but not dangerous. Not violent. But the more she replays that night, the more gaps she finds in his story. Where was he when the gun went off? Why didn't he answer his phone? And why does he seem just a little off? Johnny had motive. That much is clear. His resentment toward E.J. had been building for months, the interference, the betrayal, the humiliation. It all came to a head. And now? E.J.'s in a hospital bed, and Johnny's walking around like he's carrying something heavy, something he won't say out loud. Chanel feels it. Every time she looks at him, there's a weight behind his eyes. A guilt that clings too tightly. She may not want to believe it, but the question won't let her rest. Did Johnny pull the trigger? She could confront him, demand the truth. Or, she could stay silent, afraid of what the answer might be. But silence is its own kind of poison. Because when love and loyalty collide with suspicion and fear, something has to give. And Chanel may soon find herself questioning not just her boyfriend's innocence, but her own judgment for ever trusting him. Meanwhile, at the heart of the DiMera family, Chad is on fire, and that fire is fueled by grief, rage, and a thirst for justice. His brother was gunned down in cold blood. And while E.J. isn't dead, he's hanging by a thread. Chad wants answers. He wants someone to pay. He wants to see a face behind the crime, and watch that person face consequences. But the deeper J.J. Devereaux digs, the messier this mystery becomes. The list of suspects is growing. Motives are beginning to overlap. Stories that once seemed solid are now riddled with holes. Alibis aren't holding. People are lying. And the closer Chad gets to the truth, the more painful that truth becomes. Because what if it's someone he knows? Someone close. Someone he's trusted with his family, his secrets, his loyalty? The kind of betrayal that doesn't just break hearts, it shatters bloodlines. And that's the reality Chad might be walking into. This isn't just about a bullet. It's about the cracks in a legacy. The price of power. The kind of betrayal that doesn't heal, even if justice is served. And when the truth finally comes out, it may not bring closure. It might just tear the DeMeras apart for good. While Salem reels from EJ's shooting and the investigation heats up, not all drama is happening in broad daylight. Because somewhere in the shadows of all this chaos, a quieter, more personal storm is brewing, one that could destroy not just relationships, but reputations. Jada Hunter and Shawn Brady, two people caught in emotional limbo, tied to broken promises and unresolved trauma, are inching closer and closer to something dangerous. Let's be clear, Jada is not over Rafe. She says they're on a break, but in her heart, there's still hope. Hope that maybe, somehow, they'll find their way back. But lately, that hope is starting to feel more like denial. Because Rafe isn't fighting for her. He's distant, distracted, and maybe even moving on. And Shawn? He's there, always, listening, understanding, seeing her in a way Rafe hasn't in a long time. They're both raw, they're both wounded, and in moments of vulnerability, that connection becomes a lifeline. But what starts as comfort, a few drinks, a quiet night, shared silence, quickly grows into tension neither of them wants to name. Their conversations get longer. Their touches linger. They lock eyes, and neither of them pulls away. There's a gravity between them now. Something magnetic, something messy. And they both know, if they cross the line, there's no pretending it didn't happen. No going back to just friends. No undoing the fallout. For Jada, the consequences are huge. One moment of passion could destroy any hope she has of rebuilding things with Rafe, a man she still loves, even if he doesn't always show it. And Shawn? He's been down this road before. He's no stranger to complicated relationships and painful regrets. Getting involved with Jada, especially right now, could set off a chain reaction that ruins more than just his reputation. But here's the problem, they're already too close. It's no longer a question of if, it's when. When do they stop fighting the pull? When does the dam break? And in Salem, no secret, especially a romantic one, stays hidden for long. Because behind every locked door, someone is watching, someone is listening, and someone is waiting to expose the truth. So now we leave you with this. Will JJ finally piece together the puzzle of EJ's shooter, or is he chasing ghosts while the real culprit watches from the shadows? Can Chanel trust that Johnny is innocent, or is she lying to herself about the man she's falling for? And when Jada finds herself standing at the edge of a decision, torn between Rafe's memory and Shawn's presence, which way will she fall? We want to know what you think. Drop your boldest takes in the comments, the theories, the predictions, the wild guesses. Because in this town, nothing's too crazy to be true. While you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, so you're the first to know when the next secret explodes. This is Days of Our Lives, where even quiet moments can lead to disaster. Where every love story has a cost. And where one bad decision can unravel an entire future. Stay close, because if you think the drama has peaked, trust us, it's just getting